Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of IO. Let's continue, and I'm not going to do any intro because I literally don't remember where I was last time. We're on stream together with members today, and this is a special recording, so yeah. Let's continue and let's see. Where was I? What was I doing? I don't remember. We had... Okay. Let's go. Actually, did I like put the previous episode on YouTube? Wait, is my previous episode actually the recording on YouTube? Maybe I did not put that on YouTube actually. Nah, I think I did. Yeah, okay, never mind. Let's continue then. So we had the perspective of Iana, Ishtar, slash Yumi last time. I forgot to adjust my camera after I did the unboxing thing. That may or may not be already on YouTube. Let's go. Information projected on the computer display is nothing new. Only time begins to pass on as we remain unable to grasp anything. Cyberforce, midnight. Okay, whose name was Miyata? That was Sakuya, right? Sakuya father. But I knew it. The cigarette in my mouth has all but vanished. Like, when I crash it into the ashtray, the cigarette butts, no. Okay, never mind. When I crash it into the ashtray, the cigarette butts that were peeling up, they crumble and spill over my desk. Damn it, that really pisses me off. In order to try to soften my mood a bit, I reached out for my brandy glass. But the moment I try to take a sip of the alcohol... Okay, he's coughing. Something in my chest wells up and fills my throat. It's sticky. I leave my seat and head for the kitchen sink to spit it out. Okay. There I see the mountain of piles of plates and glasses waiting to be cleaned. And once again, the fact that I'm the only one left in this house to clean it up has been shoved into my face. Who is this guy? Oh, that's the... Okay, that's the... Kosuke father, I think. Kosuke? The guy from the road. Unable to look at it, I head to the bathroom just to get away from the sight. Damn. Kosuke. Okay. A small dark red clump is mixed in with the saliva that came out of my throat. Okay, you need a medical assistance. When I look up, I see a man with the deathly pale cheeks, a crooked stubble that threatens to swallow his lips, and most of all, his hollow, lifeless eyes. It's the very image of the Grim Reaper, but there's no doubt that the face I see in the mirror is my own. Yeah, I mean, like, your son died, so... Yeah, you are kinda messed up. But still, like, you're kinda coughing blood for whatever reason, that's bad. I've been eating unhealthy, started smoking again after so long. Now I drink tons of alcohol every day, it's no surprise I'd fall apart. Can this make you bleed internally? Like, just being unhealthy? I don't know, maybe. The voices of my subordinates reach my ears. Said Mari to Haruki. The next thing I see is a sour look on the chief's face. Oh yeah, because they went after their families too, right?
私も警察に入ってだいぶなる。市場云々を抜きにしたって思想のある男を任務に就かせるわけにはいかない。
Makes sense. I look at the mirror again. There I see a familiar Grim Reaper with the darkly sunken eyes. That chief isn't wrong. I surely do have a death wish. Our family had its fair share of arguments, to be exact. They were an everyday occurrence, since I wasn't exactly the kindest of fathers. Occasionally, I raised my hand against my son. And due to the nature of my job, there were many times when I had to be away from home. I didn't do enough to adequately raise my son. Because of my job, I put the two of them to a lot of trouble. But despite all that, Kosuke grew up healthy. Rather than my own teaching, that was thanks to Kanada's patient, strong, warm-hearted personality, and yet... The tears that wouldn't come out, not even on the day after the funeral, now begin to overflow, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. Is it too late for me now? Is it... If it is, then just who could dispel this regret? Okay. So, little perspective from Kosuke perspective for character development reasons, I guess. Got called by Anu and got a detailed account of the past. The truth behind Anaoki and the Babylon is more or less what I expected, but... Oh. Okay, so she got the same information that he got in the cyberspace, I guess. Like the beginnings. That question caused Anu to avert her eyes. Looks like it's difficult for her to say. Yeah, pretty much. I'm still like flabbergasted. Like I still don't know. Like I don't think like anyone mentioned this in the comments. Why I never like told actually Hinata and Yumi that they are like alive, like each other. My assumption was just because like the less people know the better, but I don't know. I had no confirmation of this. That's kinda weird. Like, how does like they don't know? That's like, huh? That's weird. I'm not looking for the answer, but for the confirmation, I know he exists. Isn't he a being that exists on the network? Any further attempts for follow-up questions leads to no answer, just discarding look from Anna. Save him, yeah. He just says that and pats me on the shoulder. But why me? No, that's what I hoped for, isn't it? If I don't do it, no one can. I'm here to save him. Like the Iana Ishtar perspective. Anu peeks at my face and suddenly smiles. Jeez, I get the feeling I'll always be a child in comparison to how grown up this lady is. I extract the magazine out of my fucking something P7. I need to at least do some maintenance to prepare for when I meet Andras. Oh, right! Right, she went on the forum and baited Andras for the meeting. I forgot about this. Right, that's the thing. Pull back the slide, I eject the bullets from the chamber. Reset. Hold down the switch located on the top part of the grip, that's on the left side of the receiver. Pull back to the slide once more, snap it out. Grease the mechanical parts. Insert the P7 removed slide from the front so that it lines up evenly with the barrel. I swear, they switched from like mythology and like gods' families in Hinata Road into like full like firearms instructions in later roads. I'm going to learn everything. Pull back the slide so that it connects cleanly to the receiver and firmly affix it. Insert a single bullet into magazine and load it into the gun. Clash the grip, causing the pulled back slides to return, sending the bullet into the chamber. Take out the empty magazine and load the bullet in on one at a time. Different writer. Is it actually? Like, different roads are actually written by different people? Is it like rewrite? I thought like it's actually one writer here. Oh, it is actually different, someone else. Wait, what? Okay, that's new. I did not know that. There are like 5 writers. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's new. YouTube, did you know that? I have 5 writers. What the hell? Onésima L. Magdalene Equest. Why you call her L? Oh. L. I wrote L. Magdalene like one. Okay. Remember the fallen, the killed. Insert the magazine into P7 and hold it in both hands. Imagine the bastard face on the other side of the sights. Okay. So now we're going to meet with Andras, I think? I don't remember. Never mind. Oh. Look! This elf is trying to aura farm. He's took off his shades. He's taking off his shades. He's doing his best. And he's closing his eyes. He's like, I'm going to deal with this. I fired 2 bullets from the government into the abdomen of the trembling codebreaker, ambushed at the point blank range. 2 empty cartridges shoot out of the government in my left hand, and the codebreaker in front of me falls to the ground at almost the same time. I can continue at a code by myself because they've become obstacle to saving Mutsuki. I love how they're praising this. God of cyberspace, why do you resent as God sent by a computer children? Holy shit. Okay. How would I will actually leave you? You angered me. Feel my wrath. The answer, they said they themselves said it. To me, the god of biocomputers, the act of the holding any conversational exchange on a network is practically like showing it right in front of me and saying, please look at this. If they didn't want me to know about it, they should have taken it talked offline. I targeted my enemy with the Desert Eagle in my right hand. And at the same time, the bullet, the compressed attack type program, hits its targets. It bores a large hole in my enemy. Sparks scatter from the hole of his abdomen, and the codebreaker trembles down in knees first. Yep, more robots. Have you ever faced a god? I mean, technically if you watched Symphogear, you just have to punch the god into the face and that works. Yeah. Well, it doesn't work on he. They try to shoot him and it's bad idea. They should try to punch him. If you just looked at the situation, that Codebreaker's assessment could probably be called reasonable, however. Since the true Codebreakers, the ones that aren't in-game NPCs, have been given irregular parameters. Normal people, that is, ordinary shadows, can't oppose them. Despite that, I'm running so fast that the aim can't catch up with me. So the fight is one-sided. Once more, I'm even bending the trajectories of their bullets. Wow. Wow, he's literally Neo. This is literally Matrix. And the bullets I'm firing are definitely defeating the Codebreakers. If one were to watch it from the sidelines, it probably seems like a miracle. So you could say the Codebreakers' fear and loss of composure is just more justified. To reveal even more of my tricks, my own strength was granted to me via a program, just like with the Codebreakers. What do you mean, how? I mean, he's in the cyberspace, he's just looking at the bullets and he's infecting them with virus and they miss him. I don't know. He's bending space, like he's like hacking the air, like density of air. The air getting like denser and it's changing trajectory of the bullets. Physics! I hacked the system before this raid, cheated the data, and stocked up on the Codebreakers' exceedingly unrivaled power. No matter how strong my enemies are, if I acquire strength greater than theirs, I can't lose. So he does gravity. And as we know from Muramasa, gravity is OP as hell. And it can affect the dreams, and we know Hinata had nightmares and dreams, so definitely gravity. Codebreakers stop firing and suicidally rush at me. I'm going to die. I shoot holes in the chest and shoulders of the enemy in front of me with the government in my left hand, and get a headshot on the enemy at my right with the Desert Eagle. But despite that, the Codebreakers don't falter. I'm kicked flying by the Codebreakers that comes from the left, and the others try to surround me. See? Kicking works! I told you! Symphogear have all the answers to fight beings like he. Awesome series, by the way. The three men come from behind me and binds my arms, consequently binding my freedom. That's true that I can't move freely, but I point the government in my left hand at my plank with all my might. Then I turn it so that it's facing my back and pull the trigger. The bullet pierces through my body and it blows away one of the Codebreakers behind me. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, you don't have to go that hard. Okay. Sure. Masada technique. Wait, did Shiro did the same thing or something? In the Asira? I don't remember. Both one Codebreakers. Something like lubricant oil, not blood, comes pouring from cybernized mouth of the wound. Sparks then run from the wound. The Codebreakers behind me lose strength. I take that chance to shake off their arms. I turn around and point my guns at my enemies. With the programs that compose their bodies having been scraped off, the Codebreakers can no longer maintain their form. They turn into fragments of binary digits and begin to scatter. What's the next enemy? Having become the personification of combat itself, I shake my head left and right and look for the new targets. Okay. And now Yumi perspective. So it's happening at the same time, After arriving at the meeting place with Andras, what awaits me are several men clad in coats, trademark black clothes, fighting with a muscular man. Removing the P7 from the hip holster gives me a little sense of security, but it doesn't fully elevate the sudden assault of my stomach cramps. I think we saw this sequence in Road C. Wasn't that the one that she was like hiding behind a pillar or something? It didn't engage in fight? Or something, and then he talked to her? I don't remember exactly. I think we saw this sequence. The Fury is infuriating. Emotional preparation is no substitute for real combat experience. My brain's warning signals cry out. This isn't a game, but still, who is that? He? No way. Could it be? The ferocious battle style of he who continuously hacks through the cyberspace, a spine chilling indeed. He truly is fierce deity born in order to battle. But why would he be fighting Code? What exactly is his goal? An event like this was completely unexpected. What now? What needs to be done? What can be done? What would Ishtar do? Oh, Andras. Hi. Stepped out of my deep thinking, I reflexively turn and point my gun towards the voice. Nope. This guy here is the root cause of the Magdalene's death. Doesn't look like the others have noticed us. Yeah, pretty much. Uh-huh. Indeed, if it weren't for this man, none of them would have to die. Everything turns red, all surroundings sound fade into the distance. The only clear sensation is that of the trigger biting into an index finger. Oh? She talks to herself now, okay. Right before the trigger goes off, a chiding voice echoed in the distance. Oh no, 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 I'm becoming delusional. I almost lost it there. Killing Andras here would be all too easy. But that's no meaning in the challenge, but there's no meaning in challenging Code up front in the same way he does. I must oppose them in my own way, and to do that... Okay, yeah. Sounds like Ishtar. What Ishtar would do. I sent him a sinister smirk without letting him out of the gun's sight. Andras gets on his knees and genuflects? The fuck is this word? I guess like she's like sorry and stuff. He's like kneeling. Okay, back to his perspective, I guess. Yep. Inquisition. I found a new group of codebreakers. It doesn't seem like they've spotted me yet, but they've gone into battle positions after hearing the sound of combat. I could launch a frontal assault on them, but I've also sustained wounds from the last time I fought. I mean, you wounded yourself? I want to get it over it with one strike. I survey my surroundings. There's a window nearby, that's right, in my enemy's blind spot. I conceal my footsteps and temporarily move away from the codebreakers. Okay. I break through the window and see enemies left right in front of me. Their eyes are turned towards the door, so it seems they paid no attention to the window at all. Just as planned. Without giving them time to counterattack, I point my Desert Eagle and Government at them and pull the triggers. Sure. The codebreakers fall down under the onslaught of raining bullets, either from suffering instant death from headshots or from having their limbs break into unnatural angles. I switch my Government magazines, then jump down from the window pane and land on one of the still living codebreakers, trampling him underfoot. Damn, no chill. I ignore the resonating voice rising around me. I hear a faint, irritating sound. When I turn to it, I see a flying drone that closely resembles a bug. I don't know who it is, but someone's observing my actions. The same drone was observing Ishtar/Yumi in Road C, right? I remember when she was like going to the death crossroads. Maybe not the same drone, but also a little drone was like observing her there. My bullets makes a direct hit on the drone, which scatters into small pieces. Now then, time to finish up this depressing business. I need to accomplish what I came here to do. Oh, the Aura Farmer! The one and the only Aura Farmer from the Elf group. I take my feet off the worn out Codebreaker. I've been stepping on it up until now and pull him up by his collar. I thrust my muzzle at his forehead and glare at him. Okay. He's chilling. As if to stress the point of his words, the corpse of the Codebreakers that lit the place begin to disappear. Since they're nothing more than programs, it's true that there's no way to stop them from fleeing with normal methods. However, at the same time, I snap the fingers in my right hand. Sound seems to resound from the air around us too. At that instant, the Codebreakers' corpses stop disappearing. He just used X technique. He just snapped his fingers and reality is changing. Anyone watching to be Hero X? Let me know in the comments. I've isolated this area with the electromagnetic barrier, so that no one can escape. The Codebreaker in my grasp began to wriggle and writhe, as if he had run into a wall. Now then, time to look into some info. By my sunglasses, I glare at the Codebreaker, a panic-stricken face. Wow, he's going to hack his brain. I mean, his program, I guess. I grab hold of the Codebreaker's face and forcefully break into the program. Where is it? Babylon's management. Next terrorism plot. All this unnecessary info keeps pouring out, yet I can't find any of the key information I need. And you'll see in the Enigma anything about any of them will do. I mean, if you would go for like probably Babylon management and the terrorism plot, you would probably get all of these, at least like these two. Maybe not Enigma, but Endland Saint definitely would be there. You guys should know information on how to get to them. I continue to analyze even deeper. Why you think like the random soldiers and drones would know this? I passed the incidents and exarch's true nature. This. Okay. I obtained what I needed. Okay, apparently they do know. I no longer have any use for you. Instantly I let him go, he turns to his heel and starts to run. But if I let him escape, it could mean trouble in the distant future. I turn towards his back and stretch my hand out. And gasp tightly. He took off his glasses. Oh, what happened? I smashed the program composing the Codebreaker, just like I did the coffee mug. At the time, I heard Yaoi-sensei's story. Oh, okay. His figure scatters into ones and O's and disappears. And then, I've obtained the necessary information. All that's left is to mobilize. Okay. No chill. His actions were all too gruesome. So gruesome that my legs are quivering even though I'm just a bystander. As for Andras, who is seen and ally of the Codebreakers, he's pale-faced and unable to get up out of the sheer shock. I forced the best smile I can. I grab Andras by the collar and commence our escape. For now, let's just get the most use out of Andras as possible and ruin him for information. Then let's invade Code from the inside and go as deep as possible. If he's going to attack them from outside, then let's destroy them from the inside. Then we'll be even. So, did she like start working as Iana with Code? Like, that was like her actually plan? She's like a double agent? Like, she pretends to be with them? And somehow Andras is helping? Actually, I haven't seen Andras in the future. Maybe he's dead. I don't remember, at least in the road C and D, him being in the future. I look towards he once more. Immediately afterwards, he pauses for a second and turns this way, or at least that's what it felt like. But he shows no sign of infiltrating or initiating a chase. Did he not see us? Or is he letting us go out of consideration for me? The desire to know grabs me on the shoulder like a hand from behind. Just then, some sort of a light shines from my head. It's not a glow of an aura, it's a small insect drone type, yeah, again. It appears to be watching every move I make. I don't know who's behind it, but it's annoying. But there's no need to let them know that I've caught on. Besides, if we are being watched, there might be a way for me to use this to my advantage instead. I don't think like we know who's watching them, or I just didn't pick that up. Probably someone from Code. After regaining my composure over the drone's existence, we run off, or rather Andras just gets dragged along. After running for a while, we enter the inconspicuous back alley and stop. Andras doesn't look so good, probably because I've been dragging him.
とりあえず自己紹介でもしましょうか。私はイナンナ。よろしく
Okay,
ね。
Inanna.
イシタルじゃないのか？
うん。ほら、イシタルってかっこよかったからさ、真似しちゃった。どう？似てる？このテクスチャ。
Okay.
ああ。でも確かにオリジナルとはいろいろ差があるな。
Andras looked me up, down, and all around with the eyes of a critic.
失礼ね。これでも一生懸命やったんだからね。
まあ努力は認めなくもない。ってあれ？イナンナってもしかしてあのカキコ？
Yeah, the one on the forum.
そうよ。今頃気づいたの？鈍いわね。
Yeah. What other reason would be there to go out of the way to give you my name, dummy?
どういうことだ？
だから私がここにいるんでしょ。そんな都合よくあなたの命を助けになんて現れないわよ。
ああ、そういえば。
Yeah?
なんだ、そういうことか。
Okay. When you going to die, Andras?
私と約束していたことに感謝なさい。もしあのままいたら、あんただって。
I put my hand right in front of the Andras' face and crush an imaginary object. Andras... Oh, oof, I'm recording. Jesus, I thought I'm not recording. Andras squats on the ground and holds his head in fear at the mere thought of getting crushed like the Codebreakers.
私が来たからこそ、そうならずに済んだのよ。感謝してよね。
ああ。
Now Andras owes me one. That's one foothold into Code's inner circle. Okay. Interesting. So she somehow went inside and it was like just her plan. It wasn't like some weird plot from Enlil and from the Code to make her a new Ishtar, basically, the new leader. It was like her plan to go in. Okay. So we're back to this room and we have the grey box this time. So who is this? Having been partly forced to take my time off, I've moved to the hotel for now. Someone like me who's lost his family. Okay, oh, this is the father again. There's no home to return to. Even if I were to return to that house, all that's waiting for me is the mountain of unwashed tableware and laundry. At that point, hotels are comfortable. Your bed gets made, you get help with meals, laundry, cleaning, all of it is put in order on its own. With nothing to do, I just focus on smoking my cigarette. The sad faces of my beloved people appear before me. I can't see well due to the cigarette fumes, but I still know them. Kosuke, Kana, my deceased son and wife are still worried about me.
もうその辺にしておけってか。タバコでもふかしていないとおかしくなっちまうんだよ。
I instinctively talk to illusions. I'm acting like a complete nut
お
now.
前たちが見えるようになったってのは、
So he's going to die.
俺も来るところまで来ちまったってことかな。
Or maybe they come to take me away. A laugh rises from the pit of my stomach. If I'm just killing meaningless time, then that's not bad either. I've given the name of my hotel to the force as my add contact address for now. Did something happen?
宮田だ。
ああ、宮田警部補。
おいおい、一体何事だ。
ちょっと困ったことが起こりました。
Okay.
どうしたらいいか。
Why is he going to die? Is he no Mideko? He's depressed. That's why. I can feel the bewilderment in my subordinate voice, even over the phone. Like this is the thing in visual novels.
お
They can't fight the depression at all.
それが、ヒーが実在していたんです。
He exists in reality. That's news. He is genius hacker, known as the god of biocomputers, that only appears in cyberspace. I've been chasing him for a
そ
while.
りゃヒーは実在してるだろうよ。
いえ、ああ、そうじゃないんです。現実世界に。
何？現実世界？
I stopped my ears for a moment. I haven't heard of he actually existing in reality except of eerily rumor. He's being that only exists in cyberspace. After all of my searching up until now, I was confident about that fact. Yeah, because up until now, he had no body. Because he was programmed from the future. But now he have body. But to think he actually appeared in the real
どう
world.
いうことだ。
高度なアジトが何者かの手によって壊滅させられ、
それで？
さまざまな観点から証言を集めたんですが、どうしてもそれがヒーだという結論に達してしまうんです。
模倣犯じゃないのか。
いえ、あの手口は他には真似できません。あまり
This MO? What's the MO? Can someone tell me in the comments? Does anyone knows? Up until now, he has behaved arrogantly as if to spit in the face of every kind of netlaw there is. His actions are grounded around all hackers' morals. He acts accordingly to anachronistic notions like all information must be made public, all technology must be available for everyone, etc. Modus operandi. Whatever that means. But even the net has a society. If there's people out there who don't abide to social standards, then netizens can't live in peace. That's why I've played the part of sheriff in the wasteland of the net up until now, opposing the outlaw he. If I were as I was up until now, I'd be jumping at the chance of capturing the criminal he, but right now I'm under temporary suspension. I thought he was just deleting elves in the virtual space. I mean, he can do both. We know that he can like walk just normally and be in the cyberspace at the same time. Like he's the only capable of that, and partially Yumi as well because of her eye. Like she can see reality and the cyberspace at the same time. But he can like actually function in both worlds at the same time.
ただ、そのヒーが壊滅させた相手が相手なだけに、どう対処していいか。
Yeah, good point. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, huh? True, right now he is fighting Code, our most headache-including inducing enemies at the moment. To be blunt, this is convenient. They say that sheriffs of the Wild West would occasionally overlook a smaller evil if it meant fighting a greater evil, right? What made him up? Resist the crooks and round them up. Here we have he, who I've made it my goal in life to pursue up until now. And then there's Code, who took my beloved family from me. As a member of Cyberforce and a husband and a father, damn it, I can't sit still at the time like this. Okay. So which side are you going to support in this situation? I assume he's going to support he, because he's going to try to avenge his family. It's like more important to him. I quickly take my trench coat off the hanger and put it on. When I reach the door leading out of my room and turn around, face the empty space and speak. Okay. He's going to actually leave. Okay, never mind then. He's going to be like some semi-protagonist actually. Okay. So no death flag. I feel like I can see the two of them smiling at me.
さてと、命も助けてあげたことだし、お願いが一つあるんだけどな。
After we somehow slipped through the front lines, I began negotiating with Sin that is Andras.
あんたってシンなんでしょ？
ああ、レムちゃんから直々に任命された選ばれた役職さ。
Okay, sure. Now that we are on the topic of his position and Sin, he's suddenly starting to act like he's a big shot. I don't see him in the future though. But he like mostly acted in real, like he is not the IC, okay? Like Kosuke's father is not the IC, I think. So the road C and D most like, I think like all of the like C and D probably contained the cyberspace. So not seeing him there is not that weird. Not seeing the Andras, on the other hand, may make concerns about his well-being.
へえ、直々に任命されるほどレムちゃんと仲いいんだ。
仲がいいっていうか。
Now he's all flushed and
他
embarrassed.
のドローよりレムちゃんに近いのは確かだな。なんて言ったって俺はレムちゃんから重大な任務を受けたんだから。
Sure.
今回は重要な使命なのよ。なんて言ってさ。そんな特別な任務を俺に任せるだなんて困っちゃう。
Did she actually told you what the mission is? Or not? Because you know, like your mission may be you are going to be a bait now, so I'm going to give you name Sin. So everyone is going to chase you.
それで今回の使命ってのがまた難しくてさ、太陽と月が一緒になるだなんて一体どういうこと？
Sun and the moon becoming one. Okay. And thus begins rambling about his mission from Lemchan. It's annoying, so let's just ignore him.
そんなにレムちゃんと親しいんだったらさ、私をレムちゃんのユーザーに聞こえなかった？私は
無理。そんな大それたことはできっこない。俺たちは
You don't know who her user is.
確実に守るだけ。
Andras drops his former cookie demander and starts panicking.
守るだけ？あんたには自分の意志ってものがないの？
意志も何も。真に与えられる権限は使命を受けることと、使命を受けるときだってリアルな顔が見れるわけじゃないし、だから俺も。
Andras seems quite interested in what Lemchan's user looks like as well. Let's try goading him a little. And the Lemchan is the guy. That's like this like 60-year-old. And he's like, hello.
はん、育児がないんだ。
The power of avatars in video games.
なんだって？
レムちゃんのユーザーは極めて優れたプログラマよ。おそらくイードクの中でも随一の。
Okay, going into this road. Makes sense.
いや、それは。
Andras starts mumbling again. Oh, come on, this is irritating.
協力しないんだったら もし私が会えたとしても、あんたには絶対に引き合わせてやらないんだからね。
Wow.
そんな。
やるの？
やります。
Okay. So she baited him to let her like infiltrate code basically with the promise of saying Lem's face. Wow. Maybe just a little nudging on my part. Andras being to begins to nod eagerly.
おかしいな。なんでこんな新参者の女に俺様がいいように牛耳られなきゃならないんだ。
なんか文句ある？
いえ、何も。
It's like one of the people who's like constantly every day begging a VTuber for the face reveal. Maybe I said too much. I kind of pity Andras too, so I try to give him a smile.
二人で一緒にレムちゃんのユーザーに会いましょ
おう。
う。またデモなの？
いや、レムちゃんって2種類いるんだ。
Yeah, we know. I'm kind of surprised that you know actually this. This is interesting. Yeah, though he actually
なん
knows.
となく言いたいことはわかるんだけど。
I felt like they don't know about the other one. I felt like they only know about the Babylon one. Oddly enough, I've come to some conclusion as well, but just what does it mean?
2種類のレムちゃんって具体的に
そのまんまさ。2つの人格がある。
ネッ
Yeah?
ト人格とリアル人格の違いみたいなもの？あんたもネットとリアルとじゃ全
何を言ってるんだ。俺はリアルもネットも。
照れない照れない。IC なんてみんなそんなもんだから。
I still get distracted too much by teasing Andras. Time to get back to topic.
実際のところどうなの？
いや、レムちゃんはそんなんじゃない。
多重人格？
それも違う。
じゃあ何よ。
At the edge of my patience, I press Andras to talk and finally get my answer.
レムちゃんは2人いるんだよ。
True. If there are two personalities, then logically speaking, that would be normal conclusion to come to,
そんなわ
but
けないよ。フェアリーのシャドウなんてそう簡単に作れないでしょ？
ああ、コードの俺たちだって、
yeah.
フェアリーは作れない。エンリル様やエア様を除けば、そんな大それたことはできない。
So Enlil and Ea are capable of doing them. So I guess the Babylon lamp was made by Enlil. This is the Muski's shadow, and Ea made the one for Ishtar's sister, whose name was Eresh.
じゃあレムはエンリルかエアになるわね。
Great, that narrows things
い
down.
や、その2人は
As I thought, but that plane has been shut down before takeoff.
エア様は隠居なさったし、エンリル様は性格から言ってレムちゃんみたいな言動は絶対にしない。
じゃあレムちゃんは誰なの？
それは
それは？
俺にもさっぱりわからん。
I love it that they added the sound of like her being annoyed. Like the vein just popped out. I can't help but smack him upside the head.
いて。
He doesn't know Sin or anybody else, he just names the only people he knows. I guess. Sure, why not? Like, he's like, these two people are like so high up in the ranks and they're so amazing that they definitely can do this. But he may not know this actually. Makes sense. Sure, why not?
もう頼りにならないわね。
頼りにしてる。
When he hears that, Anders starts rubbing the spot I hit, with a happy sort of bewildered look on his face.
うん。
As he was going on, this guy is not used to having girls needing him. Exploitable?
そりゃそうよ。こんなこと頼めるの
Wow.
あんたしかいないんだから。
そうか。
So easy.
なら任しておけ。
Bingo. Just start the Gabon, and you will have him on the leash in no time. But exactly who is this something he's going... What is this something he's going to do? I'm tempted to throw in this straightman retort, but there's nothing to be gained from chipping away at this guy's morale, so let's leave it at that.
よろしく頼むわよ。お互いユーザーを追求する方法を調べてみて、何か分かったらまた連絡を取り合いましょう。
わかった。よし、頑張るぞ。
Okay. And they're so fully cheerful. Anders leaves with his head held up high. Morale is up. I just hope that morale will result in something good. I take a quick glance around my surroundings and see a worrying silhouette off in the distance. Oh, yeah. Hello? Not good. I might be in cahoots with Enlil. I'd be prudent to leave with caution, but... Oh, even she mistook us for the Ishtar. Wow, okay. Naturally, she finds me immediately. I keep my guard up, reaching for my hip holster and grip the P7, but Ea shows no response. Nothing but a gaze with those silent, cold eyes of hers.
それで、何の用？あなたがバビロンに手を出さないなら。
Yeah. An emotionless voice responds to my question.
そして私の邪魔をしないなら、あなたが何をしようと関与します。それは助かるわ。
Like, for Ea, just survival of the Babylon is the most important thing.
そろそろエンリルさんも退場していただこうと思っていたことですし。
For me to get Enlil to leave as well. If you think about this, removing Enlil from Babylon is the way to protect the Babylon as well, because she probably knows that he tries to kill Enlil, and Enlil is connected to Mutski, so by hunting Enlil, he may destroy the Babylon. So by removing Enlil, she's protecting Babylon, because he is not going to find Mutski. Something like that. I think that might be like partially this kind of process. Yeah, and aren't cooperating. Right before I can finish asking, I noticed that AI is carrying something. A crystal ball, most likely exabyte crystal. Yeah, okay, these are a thing. Yeah, except it went wrong. Yeah. Ultimately, he destroyed Babylon apparently anyway. Because we saw the collapse and there was like 0 and 1s. Because the Enigma got like Muski got out of Enigma. Something squirming inside. Curiosity get the better of me, so I stare into it and see. Oh. Oh, so this is the... Okay. So this is before... He found... Yeah. Magdalene got basically saved by he in Road D when he was like attacking Code. Like at some point like he shot somewhere and got the ball got destroyed. So this is like in the timeline before these events. Yeah, sure, okay. I instinctively reach out for the crystal that Ea's holding. Why? What's the meaning of this? But why do I get a feeling I've seen this situation before? My memory is fuzzy and somewhat disordered. Okay, so you do remember the ball with your sister in, because that's the only... Oh no! Oh wait. No, because she's not the program right now. She wouldn't know this. Maybe? Or maybe she remembers this from B-Road? She saw the recording there? Okay, anyway. Magdalene looks straight into my face. She appears to be shivering slightly, perhaps due to the despair of captivity. Okay. I don't remember why Magdalene was angry, to be honest, in Road B. Why was she pissed off? I don't remember. She suddenly came in fury.
あの下劣で汚らわしい最低男と。
Okay, I assume she means Andras, but how would you know? Because that's not Ishtar. Sure. She seems to have witnessed the discussion I had with Andras. Crap, that could become a nuisance.
先輩の姿を勝手に。
Yeah, okay, so she knows, yeah, okay. This form of mine is an imitation of Onesamas. I unconsciously try to cover my body with the arms, but realize it's a futile attempt, it's too hot.
自分のやっていることが分かってるの？あなたは先輩を怪我しているのよ。恥を知りなさい。あなたはクリミナルの裏切り者だわ。
Damn. Magdalene keeps shooting cold accusations after cold accusations towards me. I can't help but step back from her threatening attitude. Why are you so mad? I guess like the main issue is that she sided with Andras. Because just looking like Ishtar is not the reason to be so pissed off. I think she's just like angry because she sided with Andras, and that's it. That's like the main issue here. Because I don't see why she would be so angry at her. Jealous lesbians or something. Okay. Well, maybe. Yeah, okay. The emotional behavior is so uncharacteristic of Magdalene that is bewildering. She would never act like this no matter how upset she'd get. Of course, this Magdalene is the Shadow Null, an online transcription of the memories uploaded through Babylon into AO system.
ちょっと待って。私にも考えがあってこうしてるのよ。
Why are you saying this in the black eye suddenly? That's the first time?
うるさいわね。さっさとあんな男殺してしまいなさい。そういうわけ。
Oh? Magdalene's eyes suddenly widens as she points at my chest. At the end of her gaze shines Onesama's rosary.
それは。
Yeah? A harsh glare, a gaze of the killing intent. I freeze in place like a frog cornered by the snake.
なんであなたなの？なんでそれを先輩じゃなくてあなたが持っているの？私じゃなくてあなたなの？
Because you died before me. It's like, we're like unable to save you. Because she can't reveal that she is Yumi, but she is clearly not Ishtar to Magdalene. Yeah, but it's still not the reason to be angry, I guess.
私は死んだから戒めを破ったからそれともあなたの方が優れてるから
Just the neutral eye, okay.
それは
It's all of the above.
ひどい。先輩はずっと私を見ていてくれてると思ってたのに私の方がずっと
Jesus, she's so... Wow, okay.
それを
I see.
できたばかりのあなたが私から先輩を奪ったのよ。
Okay, so we do get into this road, okay.
ちょっと落ち着いてマグダレン。これが落ち着いてなんかいられますか？あなただって心の中では私のこと嘲笑ってるんだわ。マグダレン。ほら、その目、その勝ち誇ったような顔。それにあなたには先輩のロザリオがついているもの。私と違ってメガネもかけてないし。
Such a random line, even without my glasses.
メガネ？
Yeah. Words are becoming more and more nonsensical. It doesn't look like she's sure what she herself is saying. That's none of the logical, composed Magdalene we knew and loved. I meant about the black eye. Oh! Because she's human, but she clearly is not each. Okay, I see. She's as hysterical as the woman whose lover has been stolen. No, I can almost see the flames of jealousy burning behind her. Have I really done something to warrant that much fury? Eventually Magdalene ends her shouting. Looks like she calmed down. Her eyes remained glued though.
いいこと。今度会った時までにあいつを殺してなかったら、私はあなたに容赦しないから。
Okay. Muscular eyes suck. Magdalene's out of character.
容赦しないって。もう要件は済みました。
That voice brings me back to my senses. Standing before me is the ever emotionless air.
済んだっていうか。では、私はこれで失礼。
Waiting for without waiting for the answer, Elle leaves with the exabyte crystal in hand. Magdalene is still inside. In the end, Magdalene's shadow just blew off the steam without me doing anything about it. But still, that was a strange experience. Do people just leave behind intense emotions once they pass away? Or was that due to her unnatural death? Either way, aside from those emotions, she definitely was Magdalene. In appearance, in voice, in patterns of thought. Can mere programs really be that human? I mean, we have he, who literally been living as a program from the future, apparently. This feels like a concept beyond human comprehension. I feel as if someone unknown to us is pulling the strings behind our backs. I feel fear as if I had just met a ghost. When I turn around, I see a small insect buzzing nearby. Yep, that's the drone again. Probably a drone. I'd let it be. Oh, and we're back to Hinata perspective. Interesting. Okay, so we have real life perspective now. Real world. When I come to my senses, I've returned to the hideout. I sink my body deep into the sofa and stare blankly at the ceiling. Just a short while ago, a bloody battle was unfolded before my eyes. But now my surroundings are quiet, as if that were all fake. Yeah, okay. So... he goes to sleep, he's waking up, says it's time for some carnage. And then he goes back home and Hinata is waking up. And Hinata's like, what a weird fucked up dream. When I'm alone like this, I became self-conscious that I'm Hinata. During the fighting, he controlled this body via his overwhelming power, while to me it felt like a daydream. Yep. I muttered this, not really asking anyone. Right now I can no longer feel any of that amusing build-up of pressure in my stomach. It feels like I've changed the channel on the TV. Maybe I was just watching a movie or something. Similar to the symptoms I've been suffering from the while up until now. But when my gaze drops to the wound on my flank, the one he created to shoot the enemy behind him. Oh right, it was still his body. Right. Right. He didn't ask permission of Hinata. So he showed himself IRL, he did lol, yep. I realize that it's merely escapism. My mind just doesn't want to accept that reality. My body has been used to cruelly shoot people, tear up their bodies, shatter them and consciously slaughtering them with ease as falling down a sandhill. All those things happened in cyberspace. But those people were linked to it via their biocomputers. It was definitely painful for them. Completely different from the game. Wait. So... okay, he's not actually shot. Okay, never mind. God damn it. That was actually in cyberspace, yeah. Makes sense. I thought I was prepared for this. And yet when I was at the actual scene of the battle, I was tormented by the feeling that my heart had been torn up and thrown away. There's now a giant scar on my right flank. Wait, so he actually did shoot himself. Though it's more the hole than the scar. Under normal circumstances, this would be a serious wound. Despite that, there's not a single drop of blood flowing from it, and on top of it, I don't even feel any pain. I remember the scene of me receiving this wound, and how a lubricant oil poured out instead of the blood, how sparks shot out. What is happening? I have no idea. So, he was in cyberspace, but at the same time... Actually, maybe I'm looking at this from, like, wrong perspective. Because, I think I get this. I think I'm just looking at this from wrong perspective. Like, up until this point, I thought of like everything that was like happening from his perspective was inside the cyberspace. But now, in Road E, he have a body. So we can't just assume, oh, the green box means cyberspace. All of this might actually happening in real IRL. Not just in the cyberspace. Yeah, I just assumed everything he related had to happen in cyberspace. But on the other hand, he was fighting programs, he hacked into them and they were disappearing. Okay, never mind. Cross that. What the fuck? Let's read. I feel self-conscious again. A being who's more affiliated with cyberspace than this world. Body is already too free machine. And the reason why he found it easy to is that the reason why he's found it easy to operate me? Oh, thank you, Hinata, for mentioning this. I see you are as in the same state of shock as I am. Okay. So it will not... so I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. That was weird as fuck. It's not like Hinata knows anymore what's happening as well. That's right, there's no doubt about it. His battle with the codebreakers took place on the net, in a section of Babylon. So no matter how much Shadow is wounded, those wounds are nothing more than virtual, so my own body shouldn't be damaged. I try asking he who is inside me, but he doesn't answer, denying me any relief of calming down those violent emotions. It feels like I'm having a nightmare. The continues of the really bad one. Oh, okay, but back to this. I lie down on the bed and repair my damaged body. Also, I'm still curious, like, in Road B, what Yumi found out about he. Because, like, this one scene, I wonder, like, if I should already know what happened there or not. Maybe I just missed something. Because back in, like, Road B, Yumi tried to say something about he and then shut up and told nothing because Sami just came back from her surgery and she didn't like he. And then we had the eye that said like, if only she would tell them or something like that, everything would be different. So I wonder like what Yumi back at the time figured out about he, what he was doing as the program back then. It was hinted but not said. I think can't say 100%, okay. I lie down on the bed and repair my damaged body. No matter what happens, I can't keep spacing out forever. I don't have that kind of time, there's a lot of things that I have to do. Though I call it a repair, it's not easy for me due to my lack of knowledge or skills in this field. The best I can do is replace parts for the new ones. Oh, and you can just duct tape yourself. If I had known it would come to this, then I should have brought some spare parts from Nergal. However, the damage this time isn't bad enough that I can do it on my own. But if it gets really bad, I need to go to the right kind of clinic for treatment. And as far as I know, the only one with the skill and trust I can rely on to do is Nergal. The money grabber who would no doubt ask for the ridiculous sum in exchange. Probably. Oh, brother, why I'm thinking about something so stupid. It seems like I will need to give he detailed instructions to not push himself too far. Come to think of it, I suddenly remember something. Someone was watching me during the battle with the Codebreakers from the shadows, right? Yep, the drones. I definitely remember his sensors picking it up. Oh, okay, never mind, this. It felt like it was the girl, yeah, so that was the scene actually that I mentioned before. I remembered from the Road to Sea. Yeah, okay. Was she not part of the Code's crew? I'm still confused why Yayoi never told Yumi that Hinata got surgery and to Hinata that Yumi is alive. Like... I don't get this. Like, they're like... surgeries basically been like 2 weeks apart, according to the timeline in-game. Like... That's... Hey, he, please don't shoot yourself. There was a drone flying around the battlefield. Was that her doing? Since he didn't lay a hand on her, she might be completely uninvolved, but... I'm not really satisfied by that conclusion. It might be because the girl I caught a glimpse of made me feel something, like a mysterious stirring in my emotions. Like a knock on some old memories. Perhaps she's someone I know? He never met Ishtar, actually, but I think like he somehow recognizes like Yumi in her. Or maybe he knows her. Well, he from the future knows her, definitely. I think so. Yeah. Because he's from the future. No, the reason why is because we're in Babylon at the time. In other words, that woman's form was not that of her real body, but her shadows. The person might not even be a woman. As long as I don't have any information about their personality, or unless they themselves tell me their name, I can figure that out. Well, that will make everyone sure that he is Yumi and he is Hinata, but I don't know how Yayoi is it. No, even so, it might be difficult to discern. The reason being that when I turn into he looks at reality via cyberspace. Because he looks at others as shadow, not as something with substance. Just how, like, cyberspace continues to make believe existence to us, real space feels like fictional existence that doesn't actually exist to him. The world will change greatly depending on which side I belong to at the time. Okay. Having existential crisis. I've asked myself that question so many times that I've lost count. But the true meaning of that question has changed a little. I stopped moving my hands and stared at them. My flesh and blood right hand and my mechanical left hand. Where am I? In the first place, what is he? As a flesh and blood human, his reactions on the net are unusual. On the other hand, as a program, his presence is so overwhelming. Even as I think about this question, he continues to remain as silent as always, not replying with a single comment. That's just too much I don't know. I stand up from the bed and begin walking over to the window. I can see the sky from the outside the window. Big heavy clouds rule the skies, like the painting with too many layers of paints overlapping each other. I can see the moon, even if the sky were clear. It's the middle of the day, so of course I wouldn't be able to see the moon. If that were the past me, I'd probably think that right away. But that current me is different. He embodies my desire to save Mutsuki. I opened and closed my hands alternatively. My remaining right and my lost left. My left brain controls the sense of reason, my right hand. My right brain controls my emotions in my left hand. No matter how they change, they are my own hands. I will save my sister, and then I will properly tell her words I've never been able to say for these past few years. Okay. A giant bug is hovering outside the window. Okay, the drones are here as well. They found him. It's another drone. Its ultra small cameras are turned this way, no doubt observing me. I don't knock it away or even shut the curtains. I just glare at it. Okay.
覗きたければ覗け。だがそんな目では僕の心の中までは伺えまい。
Huh. Even if the sun is shining, the moon is there, it definitely exists. My mind's eye is grasping the moon, because that's exactly what I need. Okay, sure. Where am I? Wow, even Yumi have like existential crisis.
Where am I going? I don't quite remember where I've been walking or what train I rode. Before long I find myself walking on the familiar riverside path. This is the way to Onesama's apartment, the place we all used to gather. Okay, so Yumi's back in city.
私どうしてこんなところへ
Doesn't quite make sense. Am I unconsciously trying to heal my memories of the past? Or have my feet brought me here on the hopes of obtaining some sort of clue? A small cat purrs as it passes by. Said cat appears to be heading towards Onesama's apartment of all places. My head unconsciously falls to the rosary at my chest. And then I head towards the apartment, as if I'm being guided there. Okay. The room still unoccupied by the new tenant, or otherwise left unvisited, remains exactly the same as in those bygone days. Come to think of it, it was Onesama's habit to pay for several months of rent in advance, whenever a large sum of money would come in. Okay. Despite being lazy with most aspects of that life, that was the only diligent thing she kept on top of it. Man, if you think about this, if you're lazy, like, the best way to not deal with this every month is to just pay in advance, like, for multiple months. Then you can just be lazy for the couple of months and, like, not deal with this. So because of that, this room probably still belongs to Onesama. One of Onesama's perkeyees was able to open the door. She'd given those out to all the criminal members, so we could come in and out as we pleased. Of course, none of us had the audacity to enter whenever she was gone, but Onesama basically never left her room, but many an episode we shared here. Everyone's presence can still be felt here and there. Onesama, Magdalene, Equus, and Elle. Several memories came back in search for both sadness and joy. Oh, there's the party.
ゆみちゃんいっぱい食べてねはーいリーダー器用ですね
Like then, this room was lit like the city that never sleeps. So many monitos flickered their arrays of light, but now everything has ground to a halt. For some reason, just touching anything would feel like defiling the dead. Except for that exabyte crystal lying on otherwise clean floor. That's just asking to be picked up. Okay, so this thing is still here. So this crystal contains data of he and Ishtar, right? The nulls of them. It's empty. There's no data stored inside. But there was data before. What? There was data before in this. That's right, Onesama didn't use this as the storage medium, but rather as an object to help collect her thoughts. There were countless occasions where Al would say, that's such a waste, if you're not gonna use it then gimme. But Onesama would never let anyone have it. Even Magdalena suggested that if we backed up server data on this, we could have saved quite a few hard disks. But no matter what anyone said, Onosama had no intentions of changing her policy, if you can call that a policy. Maybe it holds some sort of memories for her, like this rosary. I bring the crystal with me to the bathroom. I twist the faucet, and out comes water, cold at first, but then it warms up. This brings memories of bath time with Ones-chan. Now I'm forever alone, but here it almost feels like everyone's still with me. Let's think a little.
少しだけお湯をお借りしますね。
Okay. I gently place the crystal ball onto the tile and fill the tub with the hot water. Then I strip off my clothes and into the dressing room, reducing myself to the defenseless naked state I was born in. It's okay, there's no need to worry here. The only thing left on my body is the rosary hanging around my neck. This way, unless someone will protect me. Okay. Oh, they actually changed CG to have actually water in. Okay, nice. I carefully wait for the proper timing and soak myself into the bathtub. First the right foot, then the left. Can't help but let out a sigh.
気持ちいい。
This must be what they call being brought back to life, isn't it? Brought back to life, in other words. Living previously and had stopped. Come on, stop thinking those unpleasant thoughts. Ruining the moment here, but there's some thinking that needs to be done. My body just soaks in the bathtub. My eyes look as the team floats to the ceiling.
死ぬってどういう気持ちなの？
A question to nobody in particular. My right hand strokes my outstretched left hand. If only the water could wash away all the impurities wrapped around his body. If only the water could grant life anew, free from suffering. The body drifts through the water as the mind drifts through those idle thoughts. Unless my bath is huge, enough to lie down with both legs fully stretched, I submit my body to the buoyancy and let everything float at ease. Like a jellyfish.
こうやって
That's cool to have huge bath like this, damn.
悩まずに生きていけたらいいのに。ね
Or maybe Ishtar, I mean Yumi is just very short. Moonlight shines in front the window. Wait. My brain just stopped working for a second there, one moment. To go with the flow, live. Okay. Moonlight shines in from the window. Okay, yeah. Another full moon today, huh? Full moon.
ちょっと待って。
So there was full moon like not that long ago that you thought or something? Another full moon today, but that's impossible. Wait, what? There was a full moon when Len-chan visited several days ago. There was a full moon. Oh. When I posted on dealer forums as well. And right now too. Okay, is she at this point Shadow Null? Is this not real? Is this actually still cyberspace? Are we in cyberspace now? Are we perceiving time differently because we are the program? Are we dead already? Are we traveling through time now? But yet, like, not conscious about this fact? Huh. I've somehow forgotten to check the date since then. But there's still no way today can have another full moon. That's just too long of period for the moon to stay
どういう
full.
こと？
And then the sound of water resounds from somewhere. And through that water it feels like something pouring straight into my head. And then my consciousness. Okay. I think we're in the cyberspace then. Gradually fades away. Ah, so that was not real. So pretty much we don't know basically. So the questions that Yumi had in the beginning, where I am and like in general like questioning the reality. It's still persistent within the game. Okay. So we don't know really where the reality starts here. Where is this place? Darkness, silence, weightlessness. This is nowhere. Nothing exists, nothing but the swing of the water. Floating, floating, someone's floating. Oh, we're back to Enigma. Someone's floating. Okay, back to this. Huh? Who's floating? Am I the one floating? 3 into 1. 1 into 3. 3 into 1, 1 into 3. What exactly am I? A fairy dances before me. Is that Lemchan?
私たちは自らを水の中に沈めた。
We have immersed ourselves into water for our own accord. One of them is Mutsuki, like Mutsuki becoming part of Enigma. Into this like water tank and stuff. Who's the other one? Eresh? So it's like in the pod in the Nergal thing, Eresh? Enigma, yeah. Lemchan speaks like a whisper in a dream, but her tone isn't the same as a childish Lemchan.
水を通じて私たちはネットワークに接続された。
Yeah. 1. A mystery. 2. Mysterious speech or writing. 3. That which is inexplicable. Just noticed there are 2 lamps chance. 2 lamps chance. Andra's scene words come to mind. There are 2 lamp chance. Not as a metaphor, not as a symbol, exactly what it sounds like. Lemchan is an adult and at the same time a child. It's almost like quantum entanglement.
私たちは最愛の人のために自らを水に沈めた。
For our beloved. Okay, 1 is Mutsuki for her beloved brother, I guess. And Eresh is for her beloved sister. Dream conversion interface.
でも
The word colors invert. Black to white, 0 to 1, white to black, 1 to 0. Particle to wave, wave to particle. The dead cat and the living cat, one superposed entity. Those words churn about inside my brain. Enigma. Enigma. Is that the real me? Or just a fabricated concept? Okay. I'm Enigma. Oh? Ani? Imagen. Imagine? Imagine. What? Enigma, there lies a box whose content cannot be seen. There, I, with the intervention of the observer, imagine and appears as the result of the phenomenon.
もうすぐ時は満ちる。
Suddenly, a sound like alarm cut cuts through the silence. The word quakes. Where am I? It hurts. I sprang up from back. Water splashes everywhere. Oh! Okay, never mind. So we just fall asleep here. Okay, so that was very similar to like what I guess Hinata experienced, right? Like he had like these like blackouts and like had a dream or something and then woke up. Okay. So that was probably so Eresh also is in one of the pods. I guess like the other pod also is connected to Enigma somehow. So Enigma can hack to buy computers like wirelessly and like everywhere. So basically kinda like he. I mean, it's like central computer, so in a sense you can think of the Enigma as the god, basically, as well. Just like he is the god of cyberspace, like everyone calls him that because he's insane and stuff. And we have Enigma that basically can connect to everything. I just got water out of my lungs. The spasms take a while to settle down. What on earth was I doing? What happened? Drifting off into sleep and nearly drowning?
あれ
The exabyte crystal placed on the floor begins to flicker.
これは
Yeah? There should be Ishtar and he, right? Inside. I quickly get up from the bath. As soon as I pick up the crystal, a voice coming inside and begins to speak.
ある
Yeah. It's her voice, her unforgettable voice.
さ
But please don't call me Arno. I'm not Ar, I am Ishtar. I'm not that worthless coward. I am...
いいえなんと言おうとあなたはアルなの真由美なのよお願いだから自分を否定しないで事実から目をそらさないであなたの知ってるイシュタルはもういないの
Yeah.
でないとあなたは現実を見失って果たすべきことさえも失ってしまう
Lose sight of that reality. Yeah, I kinda started losing that. I'm thoroughly confused. What's the best course of action? If only I knew, then...
あなたがイシュタルの役を演じるのならそれは構わないそれがユミの見出した使命ならけれど本質まで失ってほしくないユミはユミなのユミの良さをなくさないで私と同じ過ちは犯してほしくないから
Mistake.
それは自らの半身を求めなかったこと見出せなかったこと
Not quite following. I mean, she was focused on finding her sister and never really had time for anything else. But if that's what Onesama wants,
わ
then...
かりましたお姉様ユミはユミとしてお姉様の意志を引き継ぎますお姉様のコピーではなく新しいイシュタルとしてありがとう
We can't talk like this forever. This conversation is sure about to become much more important. Yumi picks up the crystal ball and leaves the bathroom. Get dressed and heads to Onesama's work room. Sits on the chair and places the crystal on the desk. In that moment, the running computer shifts from sleep mode to a completely active state. It just suddenly opened, huh? Crystal and the computer probably linked up wirelessly. Hologram chat program activates and an image of Onesama projects me there. Yep, that's the Ishtar,
久しぶりね
the OG one.
お姉様
Yeah, she's a shadow null
と言
now.
っても私はずっとユミをそばから見てたんだけどね
That's heartening, tear-jerking. But what does that all mean?
お姉様どうしてクリスタルの中いえそもそもあの中は空っぽそうね空だったわ
Oh, it was actually empty.
空だったからこそ私はこうやって外部と接触できる手段を得ることができた
Okay.
そうでもしないとシャドウヌルつまり量子的概念となった
Quantum concept, yeah.
ユミたちの世界に干渉できないから
Yeah. So shadow nulls really can like intervene with like timeline by just like getting it like storages and stuff. Okay.
その逆が不可能なのと同じように
The other way around would be impossible. So from the all the way around. So from the real world to the world of the cyberspace.
ま
And
あ
how do you?
難しく考える必要はないわユミのよく知ってる言葉で説明するなら
Yeah,
今の私は
that's pretty much what it is.
私はもう
Yeah.
死んでユミも知っての通り私の実態は今ここにはないわけだからこうやって仮の宿り木を利用して実態をエミュレートしつついやーそれにしても苦労したわねここまで誘い出すのにはここしかクリスタルのある場所を知らなかったしねもうくたくた
Okay.
ああいかんいかんやっぱこの程度のスペックだと処理が追っつかないみたい
Oh, your computer is freezing. Okay, I see.
あまり時間がないの。要件を済まそんな
Please stay longer. Talk to me. I need your guidance, but I can't say it. My voice shrinks into moan, drowned out into my throat.
大丈夫よ。忘れないで。私はいつもユミと共に。
Yeah, like she can just be in your biocomputer like always. Like she's a concept within this cyberspace, just like he.
お姉様。でもこれからどうしていいのかわからないんです。
Anasemada smiles gently, like his mother admonishing a child's mistakes.
ユミ、あなたは時系列を取り違えてる。ある意味これはもう終わってしまった出来事なのよ。
It's all over already in that certain sense. So you mean the revenge is already done?
思い出してみて。あなたは過去からここへ来たのかしら。
Okay. We have Yumi perspective from the school.
大丈夫？
こんばんは。ユミが篠塚真由美。
ユミが？
あのね。
Were those my memories? Wait, you don't even realize that?
それとも未来から過去転移を重ねてここへ来たのかしら。
From the future to past.
私と一緒に来て。
That would be... That you would be shut... So, okay. If, like, she would come from the... If she would come from the future, then that would mean that Yumi here, like, the timeline we are, like, reading, is actually... still within the cyberspace. So we have cyberspace within the cyberspace. Basically, so each star is like one level deeper, and then we have this level when Yumi is going back, and then we have the level above where we have like the past. Anyway, let us see what this conclusion is going to be.
私は殺されたっていいのよ。
Because yeah, that's kind of weird.
キー、あなたにだったらね。エンリルはもう死んだの。だからもう。
Yeah, okay, this is now really weird. You have memories from actually the end. So you have memories from the beginning and the end, so you are also a shadow null here. So we are still within the cyberspace. We have both past and future memories. What is this? I don't know what this is. What are those events? Or maybe these are just memories sent by... he? No, that's not it. I don't know. I do know. I know those events as memories, as experiences. I don't want to acknowledge them, but they are the truth. What does that all mean? What's happening to my head?
新たな事実の発見によって過去はいくらでも塗り替えられるもんだよ。人は未来がわからないと言うけど、私にしてみれば過去も同じことさ。ちょっと考えてごらんよ。過去にしろ未来にしろ、観測された事実をもとに最も確からしいものとして推測したに過ぎないと思わない？
とするなら、過去、現在、未来という時間の流れの他に、未来、現在、過去という流れを想定してもいいんでしょうか。
Past, present, future, future, present, past. Yeah.
つまり、過去から未来へも、未来から過去へも、さして変わりがないということ。因果律の崩壊を免れながら、時間の矢の逆転を実現できるのは、実体のない存在。
Uh-huh.
プログラムに大きさはない。量子論が適用されるまで畳み込めれば、得意点をすり抜けて過去に戻れる。
Am I going to learn how Yumi died? Because she must be a null at this point. And this must be cyberspace. From future to past. Did I come to this time by traveling from the future to the past? This is unbelievable. But the truth is that I have experienced future and I am here now. If I deny the truth, then how can I explain my current situation? So, you're telling me that Yumi basically traveled from, like, the end to, like, very beginning. She experienced, like, her whole, like, life basically from the beginning. So, she had the meeting with Hinata and everything. And now we came to this point, and now she's realizing I'm from the future. Like, she was like, we are here. She's, like, from this, like, originally. Like, she dies or something, or transfer her data or whatever, and she traveled to the past, the very beginning. She had like her school life experience, the code, criminal and stuff, and now we have this part. And she finally remembers that she's from the future. Okay, so we do have actually cyberspace inside the cyberspace. Okay.
いいえ、そのどちらかでしかないと考えるのはそもそも間違ってる。つまり
It's not the dichotomy, either 0 or 1, which means
私の言ってる意味、
I know the
世界はどちらでもある。
flows are intersecting, no overlapping.
そうよ。
And that stomach gives me a satisfied smile. Both 0 and 1. If the flow of time from past to future exists, then so does the flow of time from future to past. That's what she's saying. Beginning to end, end to beginning. That's what then what is the present? What am I?
よく聞いてね。コードのメンバーは私が育てたの。ユミはもう知ってると思うけど、私は昔アヌンナキというハッカー集団に所属してバビロンの運営に携わってた。そして私はそこで未熟な IC たちの教育。
Anathema, guide to criminal, guides to all us all who ensured we stayed on the right path. Knowing her, it's not hard at all to imagine her teaching countless subjects.
だからあなたがイシュタルである限り、彼らはあなたの言うことを聞くわ。
Okay, so that's why they obey her. If she plays the role of Ishtar, okay.
いいユミ。
Makes sense.
エンリル。
Okay.
と和解することなの。
No way. Endin murdered Onesama, murdered One-chan, murdered Mika-chan, murdered Kosuke-kun, murdered Mom, murdered Hinata-kun, and destroyed countless other things. Reconcile with that murderer? But I clench my fists slightly, bite down hard upon my lip, and try my hardest to keep my body from quivering, in attempt to bring out calm judgment.
それがなぜなのか。過去と未来を見てきたあなたならわかるわね。
Yes, I know. Because it's necessary.
言ってはいけない。あなたはヒーに殺されてしまう。
Okay. Enlil is Matsukasa's one of many major keys to solving this puzzle.
やめて。お願いだから聞いて。あなたの本当の目的は何なの？
And that's exactly why I desperately begged, or rather, why will I beg? Not to kill Enlil, isn't it? I tried to deductively change the future through the past. And at the same time, try to inductively change the past through the future. Changing the future and changing the past, they mean exactly the same thing from different perspectives. Also, I just thought about this, maybe I'm wrong. You know, like, there's like another concept, actually, I've thought now about. There's another concept. Like, what if like this is not cyberspace? This is actually normal like real space, right? And if flow of time is like basically from past to future, from future to past, right? But like differently for like real life and for the Shadow News. So we have like Yumi. This is the one that we are playing right now. She's in real space right now. So she have the past memories, right? Because like normal like life flow. And then we have Yumi from the future. Like he is from the future as well. She became Shadow News sometime in the future. And she basically went back to the past, and like her memories like got inside of like Yumi by a computer basically, right? So they like meet at the center basically. So Yumi have her memories from the past, but at the same time memories of herself from the future. And she can still be in the real space, not in the cyberspace in this case. Because she experienced both timelines. This may be this as well. So maybe this is not actually the cyberspace inside the cyberspace thing. It's just like the two realities timelines are like meeting together. Is that really okay? I'm a little insecure.
お姉様、過去を変えたとしても未来は救われるのでしょう。それは新しい未来を作るだけではないので、せき止められた本流を避けるために支流を作ったとしても本流そのものは
Yeah, okay.
ままではない
The
でしょう。
branching timelines. True. Well, someone smiles devilishly.
考えてごらん。たとえそれが支流なのだとしても、いつかやがて本流へ交わるかもしれないのよ。それに、さらにその先に待ってるのは何かな。
Even further down the line is the Mother Ocean. In a similar manner, the end is the beginning. I certainly was mistaken. This is a situation for us to limit our thought process to this time axis. At this current point, we need to find a solution for every time axis. And here and now, and at this point in space-time, is precisely the right time and place to solve this problem.
少年を助けてやってほしいんだよね。
Yeah, I remember the words Anu said. At first, that was my wish. Nobody else in Criminal seriously believed in his existence but me. And that's the reason why he saved this life. I have yet properly repay him. The exabyte crystal has now lost its light. It will no longer give any sort of message. It returns to its original empty shell. The computer is miserably hung up. It can't handle any more of the advanced calculations required to process the high capacity of the exabyte crystal. Where is Onesama's gone? Remember what she said.
大丈夫よ。忘れないで。私はいつ
Yeah? I touched the rosary. Onesama? Full moon shines still in the sky. The crystal reflects the moon as its own, and I embrace that miniature moon. Also, the moon thing makes me think it's cyberspace, but it may not be. But she had like too many full moons. That's right. I know how to get to that place. I've already been there after all. I will. No, I alone must save he. I place the crystal in the middle of the room and leave. Someone nearby a small cat purse. Okay. Okay, that was cool. Oh wow. 100 monkey. Several days later, I regained most of my memories. That's different. Most of my memories. Oh, like from the future. Okay, I see. Okay, I will just leave it for the next episode, I think. We're going to end here. It seems like we're moving somewhere now. So... maybe it... okay, so that's why she saw the few full moons. And she was not sure. Oh, okay. I know now. Because she got confused. Like, her future memories got confused with the past memories. So some events were from the future and some events were from the past. Or like, both were from the past. But some of these events were from the perspective of her future digital self. So she saw the full moon that was real and remembered the full moon that was digital, basically. Anyway, this is one timeline, but we have time flow from both sides, and they can overlap. So probably this is real space. And Yumi just have both memories. Because her future self is a shadow null. Okay, I think that's going to be it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this episode. I'll see you in the next one. So click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you'd like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again. And for the Pocket Watch, let's get out.